Hello guys, welcome to the first video on Qt tutorial for beginners. So what is Qt? Now Qt, which is also pronounced as Qt, is a cross-platform application development framework which can be used on multiple operating systems like Windows or Mac OS or many Linux operating systems, right? And it has a same user experience across the hardware platform for all operating systems, right? Now many of us think that Qt is a GUI framework, which is also true because Qt is majorly a GUI framework, but it's not only a GUI framework, right? It also comes with many other modules or framework, something like database access modules or XML parsers or web modules or network or serial communication modules and many other modules, right? So it's not only GUI framework, but it's a combination of multiple frameworks. So primarily Qt is written in C++, right? But it can also be written in multiple languages like Python, C Sharp, or Ruby, Ada, Pascal, PHP, Perl, or Java. But we are going to learn the most basic, language of Qt, which is Qt in C++, right? So we are going to learn how to use Qt using C++. Okay, now let's see some of the history about Qt. So Qt was initially developed by two Norwegian students in 1995. So in 1995 Qt was developed, and these two students make this company called Trolltech in 1995. Now the major milestone in the history of Qt was Qt 4, which was published in summer 2005, and in 2008 this Qt company was acquired by Nokia, which is a major mobile brand at that time, right? And it was a Finnish company, and in 2012 it was acquired by a Finnish company once again, which was Digia. Now Qt has three licenses. One is GPL, second is GNU GPL, and third one is commercial. So Qt is an open source framework if you want to develop open source application whose source is free and open source online, right? But it also has the commercial version of Qt. So if you want to make a private application, then you can use the commercial version of Qt. And if you are using commercial version, you don't have to share your code in open source. Now, as I said, that Qt was traditionally written in C++, but in the version later than 4.7, Qt Quick and QML with JavaScript was also introduced, which was ideal choice for tablets or smartphones. And Qt leverages itself from C++. So if you know C++, then your learning curve for learning Qt is less, right? Now it is a high quality, mature, free, excellent support for localization, and it also supports 32-bit and 64-bit computing. Okay. Now presently Qt version 5 is in use, and more precisely at the time of making this video Qt 5.6 is in use, and QWT 6.x is in use, right? Now Qt, as I said, is a rich set of widgets, which is more than 1000 widget it allows you to use, and QWT also has around 125 or more classes. Now in addition to the Qt IDE and Qt framework, it has a wonderful and very good documentation, help, and examples. And you can find these examples on the IDE itself and on these websites, which are www.qtproject.org and qt.digia.com. So these are the two websites you can find the document of Qt, and many other forums are also there for the helps, right? Now, moving on, what companies or who uses Qt? Now, European Space Agency was one of the first major customer of Qt, and then many major customers like Google Earth, Skype, or many other companies like VLC or other company which you can see in the list here are using Qt. So if you want to learn Qt, it's not a alien language. It's used by many major companies, right? Now, what are the tools which you will get whenever you download Qt? So Qt comes with its IDE, which is Qt Creator, which is a cross-platform IDE. If you don't know what is IDE, IDE stands for Integrated Development Environment. Okay, so the first tool which you will get when you install Qt is the Qt Creator IDE. Then you will get with the Qt Creator IDE the designer for designing your Qt GUI application. Then you have a tool called Qt Linguist, which will allow you to translate or localize, helps you to localize your application. So for example, you want to use multiple languages in your Qt application, Qt Linguist will help you to do that. Now it also comes with Qt Assist, which is a customizable documentation reader, which is also part of this Qt Creator IDE. Now the build system which comes with Qt is QMake, which is also a cross-platform building tool, something like Makefile, if you heard about Makefile, or CMake, right? Now Qt also have plugins for other IDEs, so it can be integrated with Visual Studio for Windows, or it can be integrated with Eclipse IDE also. Now there is a configuration tool also which allows you to configure Qt on any specific platform. And also at the last, it comes with Qt SDK, which has rich C++ libraries to use. Okay, so these are the tools you will get whenever you install Qt. Okay, now Qt SDK. So let's talk about Qt SDK. The Qt class library encompasses all the functions needed to build a robust high-end application, and they can be separate into several modules. So these are the modules which are the part of Qt SDK framework, but these are not only non-exhaustive list of frameworks. There are many other frameworks Qt comes with. So Qt comes with Qt core framework, you have GUI framework, then SQL and XML networking, OpenGL framework, and the framework for multimedia, WebKit, or and many other framework Qt comes with. Now let's talk about Qt libraries. So there are two major Qt libraries like Qt core and Qt GUI. Now in Qt core you will get file IOs or event and object handling frameworks or multi-threading or concurrency frameworks, plugins, setting management like slots and signals, and many other frameworks or mechanism which are the part of Qt core. In Qt GUI, the set of customizable widgets are the parts, or 2D graphic canvas or OpenGL integration is the part of Qt GUI applications, right? So this is a brief introduction about Qt framework. In the next video, we will learn how we can download and install Qt on our Windows operating system. I will be teaching Qt on Windows operating system. And then later we are going to see how we can create our first Qt application and how we can use these frameworks in Qt. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please rate, comment, subscribe, and bye for now.